Hello, everyone. How are you all doing this fine fall day? My name is Deborah, and today we're going to be doing a quilt planner tutorial where I will walk you through the quilt planner, creating a new project from start to finish. And the quilt planner is the portion of Quiltster that you get access to when you subscribe to Quiltster.com. So what I want to do is show you what that tool looks like, how to use it, and where you can find tutorials and things like that as you go along in case you need additional assistance. I will also be at the end of the video, I'm going to talk to you guys about Black Friday because we have several sales going on next week and the week after. So stick around and we'll talk about all of that. If you have a question during the show, please post a comment and I will do my best to answer them as we go along. The first thing that I want to talk about actually is your account. So when you subscribe to Quiltster.com, you get access to this quilt planner. One of the first things that I encourage people to do is to visit your account page so that you know where to go to manage your subscription. So let's take a quick look at that. I'm logged in here. Up at the top right corner, you will see a little blue bubble. Right now you can see I have a profile picture right here. Click on that, and that takes you to your account page. So this is where you can see which subscription plan you have purchased. And you can also see your upcoming billing date and for how much. So this is really important if you have a coupon code that you've used, or if you're just wondering when your next bill will be and how much it will cost. It's always going to be posted right here for you. When you're ready to cancel, you can just click cancel plan. And what that does is it cancels your upcoming subscription payments. So it basically stops the auto renew for your account. And you can see right here, it says my subscription has been canceled and will close on December 5th. So I can use the quilt planner until December 5th. And then on December 5th, my account will close. I will no longer be billed and I will no longer have access to the quilt planner. I'm going to go ahead and keep my plan. So I'm going to undo that really quick. I'm just going to really quickly update my profile image. So I'm going to click this little pencil here and I'm going to choose a file from my desktop. And that's the picture I'm going to use, and I'll save that. And then now you can see that's my profile picture. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and put a picture of your quilt or yourself or whomever. So Quiltster.com is a website, and it is a quilt planner and a marketplace. So the quilt planner is the portion that you get access to when you subscribe. Everywhere else on our website, the marketplace, the gallery, the blog support, everything else is open to the public. So when you subscribe to Quiltster, log in. And when you're logged in, you will know that you are logged in because in the top right corner, you will have a little profile icon. So when you first open your account, this will be a blue bubble, and I have updated this to add my a profile picture. So the first thing I'm going to do is click to the quilt planner, and on this page, I have access to all of the patterns and all of the fabric that I can use to make a quilt. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and click the pattern library because I want to choose a pattern to customize first and foremost. So up here at the top, you can filter alphabetically. If you are looking for a specific pattern, you can do that. Or you can come over here to the left-hand side and you can put the name of the pattern in the search here. So if I was looking for the coral reef, I might type in coral and it will give me all the coral reef options. Let me clear that out. If I wanted to customize a pattern and I knew that I wanted to buy the project when I was finished, meaning you want to buy it through quiltster.com, toggle over to products I can buy, and that will display only the patterns that are for sale through quiltster.com. So as you can see, everything that is for sale will have a price underneath it. So if I maybe already have a pattern, I'm not worried about buying it, I just want to customize it, I can go ahead and turn that off, which is the default setting. And now, as you can see, these patterns don't have prices because they're not for sale through quiltster.com. So that may or may not be important to you. You might be shopping in a quilt shop and maybe you've purchased the pattern already. So let's go ahead and choose a pattern to customize. I think I'm going to go with Boughs of Holly because it's very festive and we're in the holiday season. So at the top, you're going to see I can add it to my cart, but I don't want to buy it. I just want to customize it. So I'm going to click Customize, and that will bring me up some template options that I can choose. So you're always going to get a blank option, and that's this grayscale pattern. But a lot of times you'll also see the cover sheet colorway for what's on the quilt cover sheet, and you can select that as well. So I'm going to actually go with the blank one and click Customize, and let's just give it a name. You can change the name later if you're worried about what to name it. And then what this will do is it will open up the project into the actual quilt planner where you can start customizing it with fabric. All right, so this is what it looks like when you're in the quilt planner. And the first thing I'm going to do is just select one of the spaces to customize. So it's really easy. You just hover over the project, and as you can see, there's different block groups that are highlighting. I'm going to choose one of those block groups, and I can see that it's activated because it has these stripes in the block group. That means that is what I'm about to customize. So I'm going to click Edit down here at the bottom and just start adding fabric. So let me first find, let's see, I'm going to just use a basics collection for now. We have thousands and thousands of collections in here. I actually just spent a lot of time putting in more timeless treasures, art gallery fabrics, island batik. Who else did I put in here recently? Some Hoffman. I think next I'll be working on Wilmington. So I've been putting in a ton of collections. So if there's something you're looking for, it may already be in here. So let's go to Dita Evolution just because that's a basic and it's very colorful. So to customize, all you need to do is select a piece of the block over here on the left-hand side of the screen. And when you select a space, it's going to have this little striped pattern in here. And that just means that is where the fabric is going to live once you click on a fabric. And it's as easy as finding the color that you want and clicking on, let's see, let's go down here to this dark green. There you go. And you continue to do that. So I don't know if you can see it on my screen, but this one block right here is what is activated. I can't click on these ones. It's going to reflect my choice in this one block because they're all the same. So anything I do to this one block will happen to all of the other 7 blocks in this group. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and add some fabric. And I literally am just going to click and add fabric. I'm going to make that the same one actually, just for fun. And then we're going to continue. Let's make that one red. And let's make this one just going to do that. Make it easy. Click and point. Boom. Super simple. You can toggle between as many collections as you want. You don't have to stay within the same collection. You can also use fabric that you have personally loaded into your account. I do have a full recorded tutorial on that in the blog, and I can show you that in a minute. But that would be my fabrics. So my fabrics is anything that I have personally loaded into my Quiltster account. So if I wanted to use this red fabric for whatever reason, I could put that one in here. It looks very similar to the other one, but it's not. It's different. Or my favorites is anything that I have selected from the Quiltster fabric stash and clicked the little heart on. So let's actually take a look at that. Let's open a new tab and let's go into the fabric stash. And I'll show you how to do that really quickly. So let's pretend you were looking for holiday fabrics. So this is going to search anything with the word holiday in either the SKU or the collection level. So I've got these really fun ones here. So let's say I really love this one. So I'm going to click the heart. And now when I come back here, let me save this project because I need to refresh the page. I'm going to wait for it to finish saving. There we go. I'm going to refresh my page to load my choices. And I'm going to go right back into this. And now I'm going to go to my favorites. And there it is. So you can do that as well if you want to use your favorites. All right, let me clear those filters because everything layers. So if I choose my favorites and then a company, it's going to pull only those companies' fabrics from my favorites. So I'm going to clear all that and let's go back to the collection that I had before so I can finish this. So let's finish up this block. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. By the way, if I scroll up with my mouse, I can zoom in. And if I scroll down with my mouse, I can zoom out. Just a little trick for you guys. So let's save and close. And I'm going to go ahead and add some fabric to the next block group. So I've selected it, clicking edit. And we're going to just jump in here and pop in some fabric. And as you can see, I'm using the fabrics in Quilt. So I've selected fabric from the stash down here, but once I've used it in my quilt, it's going to tally that fabric right up here, which is really nice, especially if you're toggling between multiple collections. You won't have to continually filter to use each individual swatch over again. You can just use these handy dandy little swatches up here at the top. Save that. Kathy asks, is there an edit undo? There is not. So it is something we are building, but currently if you just need to undo something, you would need to add another fabric on top of it. I'm going to add, let's introduce another color just for fun. And I want to show you, I'm going pretty quickly and I'm not really paying too close attention to the colors I'm using because I just want to demonstrate how this feature works. But it's really as easy as click and point. And as you can see with this yellow piece, both of these halves on either side of this block are highlighted. This is a color group, so you can't separate those within the block, but I will show you how to alternate colors of blocks in a minute. And that may not have made sense, but I will show you how to do so. But the color groups are what they are and they don't change. I don't know if I like that, but we're going to save that. And I'm going to do this last block here for you. Let's go green. And I'll make it a darker, I guess. And let's go red and grays, do that. Did I not put a lighter green in there? Let's see. If you click more, it's going to pull more swatches. So I've got this filtered for a specific collection. So it's going to only show me that collection, which is fine. All right, so let's pop these last two colors in here. So it's really just a click and point. Like I said, I'm gonna actually change this just to give it a little something extra. Okay, so there's my quilt. Yay. So you can continue to edit as much as you want. You do not have to stop there. I am going to create a duplicate of my project because I want to make some changes just to see how it would look, but I don't want to lose what I've already done. So let me go ahead and click duplicate over here on the left-hand side. Can you guys see the left-hand toolbar? I'm going to click duplicate and name the duplicate. So I'm going to say demo 2, create duplicate. And then I'm going to wait patiently while Quiltster replicates everything that I've done into a new project. So here I'm going to actually also up here at the top, there are these 4 little buttons. These are just little preference tools. So the light bulb changes the background, which is really handy if you're doing a really light colored quilt. It helps make the whole the fabric stand out so you can actually see the details a little bit better. I'm going to go back to normal. And this one removes the block lines, like this line right here that's going through it. You can remove those if you'd like. Okay. So now I've got my duplicate project. I know that I'm in the correct project. If I go to details, it's going to tell me the project name, and every project has a unique ID number. This is really important, especially if you're asking me a question in customer service. If you email me at info@quiltster.com or you call me or post a question in Facebook, this is really helpful because then I can open your project and I can actually see what you're referring to. So that's a really important piece of information. But let's go ahead and make some changes. I'm just going to customize. I'm going to use the unlock button up here. So you saw when I was editing this project that if I click this block group, all 8 of these center blocks are highlighted, which means anything I do to one block will happen to all 8 of the blocks. But if I want to unlock it, I can then select one or more of the blocks within this group, and I can make some changes to that. So let's grab a different color here. What if I did, let's see, I've already got 3 greens in there. Well, just for sake of this tutorial, which one did I use? Try that one. You can barely see it. Let's do this one. This one? That's better. That stands out more. Save and close. So now I've alternated the colors of that center star, which you can do to any of the block groups. Does that make sense? Kathy asks, is there anything special to know when working with ombres? Yes, Quiltster and ombres have a very special relationship, as in when you are loading a fabric into Quiltster, and when we load fabric into Quiltster, it has to be a perfect square. So whether that's an 8x8 square, a 10x10 square, the swatch of fabric has to be a perfect square, because if it's not a perfect square, Quiltster will squish it down into a perfect square, and that can distort any designs that are on the fabric, of course. So ombres are special because you really have to have They just don't work as well because of that. And so we do have some ombres in Quiltster, but I usually only put them in if somebody specifically requests it, or if I feel like I can get enough of the ombre effect in the swatch to be close-ish so you can kind of get a feel for it. So yeah, the Moda Confetti, let's take a look at that, because I'm going to check Moda. You can see how I'm filtering the fabric stash here as well. And I'm going to go down to collections. Ombre Confetti. So here's what Kathy is talking about. Is you can see they are dark to light, but it's not the full effect of the ombre. And we do have some, like I said, but I try to only put them in at request because it's not really the truest rendition of that fabric. You can definitely do it. I see a lot of people using them just to get a feel for yardage and things like that. But yeah, Quiltster and ombres is they have a special relationship, and I do my best. So sometimes you might even see two of the same SKU in the fabric stash, and I might say something like rotated or left side, right side if it's a longer ombre, just so you have some options. I don't know how helpful that is, but I hope that answers your question, Kathy. So that is how you do that. Let's play with this really quickly. I'm going to make a mess of this so that I can correct it. So let's say I changed this to red, but then I thought, no, I like it alternating with the red and yellow. So what I can do is select this block, because this is a block that I like. And then I can sync. And what that does is it syncs the block group to the one that I selected. Did everybody catch that? It's another trick you can use when you're trying to figure out which one you like the best. I'll make one big change up here just so you can see. I'm going to swap this with this. Save it. Okay. So I'm going to wait for my project to finish saving by looking at the little stamp down here in the bottom left-hand corner. If you ever create a project in Quiltster, and when you come out here to this page, or when you're looking at your print page, which we're going to look at in a moment, and the image is not there, all that means is that you left the quilt planner before it finished saving. Your project is totally fine. You just need to go back into your project, click save, wait for it to finish, and then exit the quilt planner. So here are my two projects. I've got this center star that's solid with the green background, and then the center star that's alternate with the red background. And you can continue to make duplicates until you find the colorway that you would like to make. Let's look at the yardage chart. So click on yardage, and what that will do is it brings up this handy dandy little chart. So this is where you will add backing and binding if that's something that you want to see. So I'm going to add backing, brings up a little fabric stash. I can choose fabric that I've already used in my quilt, or I can choose something new. Let's do red, and then let's do binding in green. This green. There, and now I have the yardage information and everything that I need. If you want to purchase your project through Quiltster.com, you need to use fabric that's available for purchase. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out all of this fabric for something that I can buy through Quiltster.com. So this is what Kathy was referring to earlier with switching out everything in the yardage chart. So for example, this red is in 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So all 4 of the blocks, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All of the block groups have this red in it, this one. So if I wanted to change this for another fabric, instead of opening each block and clicking each of these little spaces and adding it and saving it and coming back out and clicking the next block and clicking each space and saving it, I'm just going to come here to my yardage chart. I'm going to click, choose this red one. So anything that I click on in here will change it to that fabric throughout my entire quilt. But knowing that I want to buy this, first I'm going to toggle over to products I can buy. I'm going to clear these filters. It says there's no results found because I already have it filtered for in the beginning dot evolution. So it's trying to give me in the beginning dot evolution that's available for purchase through Quiltster.com, which we don't have any of that. So I'm going to clear my filters. And that will give me all of the products I can buy through Quiltster.com. Okay. Now I can search for collections if I want to, because all of these are in here. Or if I wanted to just find another red, I could just use this color filter and see what kind of reds come up. Perfect. I want this one. And you saw over here on the right-hand side, it changed to that throughout my quilt. And now there's a little green shopping cart, which means it's purchasable. So I'm good to go. So you would do that for every single fabric. I'm just going to change this to that same one. And so on and so forth. And clear the red. I'm just going to do a couple of these to show you that process. It's kind of a lighter green. Let's try this one. So I'm using the color wheel, but you don't have to use the color wheel. You can, like I said, search using collections if you have a certain company that you like or designer. Let's see what Judy and Judal have in here. So everything for sale at Quiltster.com is fulfilled by quilt shops who we've partnered with from around the United States. Quiltster.com does not, we don't hold inventory. We don't have any warehouses anywhere. We don't have a shipping team. This is all through trusted partners. So whenever you buy something, it's all dependent on, so all of the fabric in here is dependent on somebody's inventory, specifically Yoder Department Store in Shipshewana, Indiana. This is what they have for sale. So you can see, I'm going to show you what happens when I don't finish. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I just need 3 more plus the backing and binding. So I'm going to just do 1 more so I can show you what happens. Just choose that guy. I might as well just finish this out. I'm going to do that guy. And let's do that guy. Okay, so there's my new version. And I didn't spend much time looking, but I just want to show you guys. There we go. And oops, did I pick the right one? Probably not. There we go. This one? Yeah, that one. Okay, now I have little green icons, which is what I want. This one is okay too. That just means that there's low inventory. There's enough to make my project, but the inventory is diminishing. So you definitely want to see green. See anything but green in there? And that's, so this little, the yardage chart just tells me how much yardage I need. If I want to buy my project through Quiltster.com, I need to look at my yardage chart and make sure that every fabric that I've chosen has a green shopping cart or a green exclamation point next to it, which means it's available to purchase. So if I wanted to swap out fabric, that's what I used. That's what I was just demonstrating. Then when you add the project to your cart, it's going to load everything. So you're going to have, here's my project, and here are all the components to my project. 4 yards of this, etc., etc. Here's all my fabric plus the pattern. So if I already own the pattern, I'm on the shopping cart page now. I can remove the pattern from my shopping cart. So what I'm going to do is scroll down here to the Boughs of Holly. Since I already own it, I'm going to click remove. Yes, I want to remove that. And then I'm just left with fabric. Then I can say, well, you know what? I want a little bit more of this binding fabric because I really like it. So I think I'm going to get 1.5 yards. Oops. So I'm going to add a little bit extra fabric there. And now I've got a little bit extra. So you can edit your shopping cart in that way and then proceed to checkout, and that's where you would purchase everything. So I've opened my project in the quilt planner. Click Yardage. Find the swatch that I need to swap out. Let's take honey out. And let's replace honey with this pink. So once I click this pink, it's going to replace honey with pink. So there we go. Let me purposefully put something in there I know I can't buy, like this one. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. So there's this little X. It means it's not for sale. We don't have it. It doesn't mean it's out of stock. It's just not for sale. We don't have it. You can see what the shopping cart means up here. Not purchasable. Fine. Now when I add it to my cart, it's going to tell me some of the fabric you've chosen is either not purchasable, out of stock, or too low of inventory to meet the project requirements. Continue editing to select suitable replacements before checking out or proceed to cart. Maybe I have that fabric at home, so I don't care. So I can just buy the rest of it. But if I don't, then I need to continue editing, and it's going to automatically open up my yardage chart so I can go look for whichever icon is not green. There it is. Click on it, toggle to products I can buy, and choose another fabric. So I'm going to choose this one. And then I can check it. Yep. Woohoo! Can you select a specific shop you always purchase from? Yes. So right now, we only have one quilt shop who supplies the fabric yardage, and that is Yoder Department Store. So that's who you're buying from. However, and you can see that, and it tells you in the, here, look, I'll show you in my cart. Once I've got all of this in here, and I want to know who the heck is sending me all this stuff, I can click by shop, and I can see that Yoder Department Store is sending me 8 items, and these are the 8 items that are coming from him because it's all fabric yardage, and that's the only fabric yardage person that we have right now. But if I go to the marketplace, kits and patterns are a little bit different. So if you go to quilt kits, every listing tells you who is selling that product. And if you only want to shop with a specific shop, you can come over here to quilt shops and pull Michael Quilts. I just want to buy Michael's quilts. And now I can see at the top, it says quilt kits, quilt shop, Michael Quilts. So I know who I'm looking at. And here's all of the kits he offers. Wow, that's cool. Okay. So you can choose who you shop with when it comes to kits and patterns. We will be adding more fabric sellers, but not at the moment. Not probably till next year at the soonest. What I would like to do is tell you about our Black Friday sales that are coming next week for the marketplace. So we have, like I said, several quilt shops, and several of them, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to have specials. So I will tell you them now, and then I will also be sending out a newsletter with announcing each sale. So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. It's at the bottom of every page in the footer. Just sign up there so you get those notifications. So the first sale I'm going to tell you about is go to Quilt Kits in the marketplace, Quilt Kits, and the quilt shop is Always Quilting. So I'm going to click Always Quilting. And these are all of the kits that Always Quilting is currently offering. All of these shops, by the way, guys, are continually adding more kits for the sale. So make sure you check back. And what they are going to be doing is from November 23rd to the November 29th, the kits will be 25% off. Killer deal. So keep an eye out for that. The next sale will be from Cactus Quilting. Quilt shops, Cactus Quilting. Can you see how I'm filtering for the shops here? Let's see. Cactus Quilting will be doing 20% off kits from November 23rd to November 30th. Awesome sale from Cactus Quilting. There's a quick peek at some of the stuff they're offering. All right, let me clear that. The next sale is going to be from Granny Sassy Designs. So let's look at Granny Sassy's offerings. And she is offering 20% off kits from November 25th to November 29th. All right, and she's got 3 pages of kits. So make sure you guys take some time to look at what everybody's got and you plan out what you want to buy when these sales hit. The next one is from Stitch and Snip. And take a look at Stitch and Snip. She is offering 15% off from her kits from November 25th to November 29th. Ooh, that's a cool one. Those are my colors. I love this. I don't know if I showed you, but when you click on a kit, it tells you who's shipping it to you there, some information about it. And a lot of kits have 2 options. You can get the fabric only, meaning you don't need the pattern because maybe you already have it. Or you can get the kit with the pattern, so the fabric and the pattern. And each listing is different, so you're going to want to read that this kit includes fabric for the quilt top plus binding backing is not included. So you're going to need to read that for each kit just to make sure you know what you're getting. But a lot of them have the option there, which is really nice. And you can click on the picture to get a nice big one if you really want to get a close look at the fabric designs. And I mean, this one is amazing. If anybody buys this and makes it, let me know. I want to see it. That's so pretty. Okay, so that was for Stitch and Snip, 15% off her kits from November 25th to November 29th. And then I've got Society. Quilt shops, Society. She is offering 25% off of kits from November 20th to November 27th. Nice. Ooh, and they've got lots of quilt works, but some other ones as well. And I believe she is still in process of adding. They've just added these, I think, probably today. That's a cool one. Let's take a look at that. So definitely keep checking back because there's going to be a lot of new stuff posted. And last but not least, let's clear this. Yoder Department Store is going to have 2 sales. The first one is on their kits. So Quilt Shop, Yoder Department Store, and they are offering, let's see, make sure I get this right, 20% off all kits on Black Friday. So that whole day. 20% off all their kits, and these are a little sneak peek of their kits. Then, in addition to that, they will be doing, because Yoder Department Store is a little different, they also sell patterns, and we're actually importing all their patterns now. So check back on Monday, and you'll see all of basically a lot of the Quiltworks patterns are going to be sold by Yoder Department Store. So if you need a Quiltworks pattern, wait for the Tuesday after Thanksgiving from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's a 5-hour window where all of the patterns and all of your fabric will be 25% off. Did you guys catch that? So what that means is, and I'll be sending this out, so you guys will have it all written out in a newsletter. But the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, there's going to be a 5-hour window where all of the fabric is 25% off. So what that means is if you are a Quiltster subscriber, go in there, create some projects, use products I can buy, which is all of the marketplace fabrics, purchasable fabrics, save your projects, and then on Tuesday in that 5-hour window, purchase your project and you'll get 25% off. Yay! So I hope that you guys take advantage of that. Again, I will make a blog post. I'll send that out in a newsletter. It'll be all over our Facebook page. So make sure you take advantage of these amazing sales that are happening next week. Somebody asks, I bought a kit that didn't automatically sign me up for Quiltster, did it? No, it did not. I need to sign in under a new customer first. So when you purchase something, you do not need to subscribe to purchase from the marketplace. You never have to subscribe. You can just buy stuff and that can be it. You do have the option to create an account when you buy something. So let me log out here. And all the account does, it's just like having an account anywhere. It saves your information to make it easier to buy stuff next time. So here, let me put in my shopping cart. Let's put in this cool looking thing here. And let's put in, I want to buy these 2 kits, let's say. That kit and from somebody else, this kit. Oh, I love this kit. If you guys make this one, let me know. These are so cool. Okay, so I'm going to go to my cart. And once again, here's both of the kits that I'm going to buy. If I want to see who's selling me what. This is a brand new seller. I just put it in maybe an hour ago, so I'm not done creating her logo, but I will have that in there for her. But anyways, you can see what Homespun Hearth is going to give me this. Michael's Quilt is going to send me that. So I hope you saw that. When you go to checkout, I'm going to check out as a guest. You have to, since I'm logged in, it knows who I am because I'm using my computer. Make an account with order right here. It's going to be checked as a default. So you can make an account that does not subscribe you to Quiltster. That's a totally different process. But if you don't want to make an account, you just uncheck it and you're fine. And then you can continue checking out. I signed up separate. Yes, you need to sign up separate. Click on Become a Member. And you can choose monthly or annual. And I will tell you guys a secret. If you know you want to use Quiltster, but you're not sure you want to commit to a year, even though you essentially get 2 months free, because that's what it equates to. Maybe you want to use it for 1, 2, or 3 months here and there, and then unsubscribe, make your quilts, and then come back later. The monthly plan is ideal for that because you can subscribe to the monthly plan, pay $9.99 a month for however many months, and then when you're ready, let me go back into my account. You come up here to your account page, click it, and let's say, you know what? I think I've made all the quilts I want to make. I'm going to cancel my plan. You just cancel it. That stops all your future auto payments. You can finish out the current billing period. So for example, right here, this says your subscription has been canceled and will close on December 5th, 2022. That means I can continue to use the quilt planner until December 5th, and then it's going to kick me out. I can still shop as much as I want. It has nothing to do with subscribing. But I just can't use the quilt planner to customize quilts anymore. But when I'm ready, I can just, so there's 2 things happening here. One is because it's not yet December 5th, I can just click keep plan if I change my mind. And I'm back as if nothing happened. And you can see that updated right here. If it's after December 5th, which was my cancel date, then you just need to resubscribe again and use the same email address because that is what your account is attached to. And then you just resubscribe, use the same email address, and then when you log in, you'll get taken to all of your projects will load. So you'll have access to everything you've created previously. So if you're not sure if you want to commit to the year, I highly recommend the monthly subscription so that you can cancel and resubscribe as you need to. And there is a blog post explaining how to do that under Manage My Subscription. Everything you need to know about managing your subscription is on this page right here. Okay, let's see. Somebody's asking, do you have to be a certified shop in order to have a Quiltster Marketplace account? No, you do not. If you are interested in selling kits on Quiltster, just send me on the blog here under seller resources. You can just email me at info@quiltster.com as well. Here, I'll put that up on the screen actually so you can see it. You can email me, or you can click become under seller resources. I mean, there's multiple ways to get to it. Actually, the easiest way is probably in the marketplace. Sell on Quiltster, right there. And when you log and you're on any page in here, you're going to see that little button down at the bottom. Sell on Quiltster. This takes you to this page that talks about how to be like what you get, start selling, and there's a form you need to fill out right here that just tells me who you are, and then I will email you back what you need to do, but I need your business information first. I hope that helps. Let's see. I wanted to tell you about the account page. I wanted to tell you about the quilt planner. I wanted to tell you about the sales. I think that's everything. Does anybody have any further questions? I will be on again, not next Thursday because of the holiday, but the following Thursday, which is what date? Let's take a quick look so I can tell you. But I will post I'll have a Facebook event for you, so you can just look there. December 1st, Thursday, December 1st, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific. I am in the state of Washington, so it's all going to be Pacific time when it comes to Quiltster. 12/1, yes, thank you. Perfect. Let's see, I think I've answered everybody's questions. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you learned something new. If you did, I'd love to hear about it. Just post a comment. That really helps me out when I am planning future tutorials. And you can find more tutorials on our blog. Up at the top, just go to quiltster.com and then click blog. This is full of tutorials. If you're brand new to Quiltster, I highly recommend going to the quilt planner and then clicking start here. That tells you everything you need to know, including giving you a virtual tour of our whole website, showing you where to go for tutorials, and then asking you to join the Quiltster support network, which I highly recommend you do. Let's see. If you haven't subscribed to Quiltster.com, I invite you to do so. And in order to get $5 off your first monthly or annual subscription, just type in Quilt5, all caps, all one word, quilt and the number 5 in the coupon section of the sign up process. So on step 3 under payment details, you want to put that in there when you're signing up. It will apply to your account. So go ahead and do that if you want to give Quiltster a try. Our next tutorial is going to be Thursday, December 1st. Do make sure that you follow us on Facebook and then update your follow settings to get all notifications for live videos. And that will help you get notified. But that's it for today, folks. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. And remember that every quilt tells a story. The best ones begin with Quiltster. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.